She love you, don't cut your... Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rafe in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life?
And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the New York Giants. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Marshall now, the return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Kelly on 1st and 10. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move was there, but didn't buy him a whole lot. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And here's Marshall. And Hardline's going to get it over the 40 to the 42. It appears he'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. It's a quarterback sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. 1st down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. From the gun, Kelly. And this is Shepard on the catch. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
of the gun, it's Kelly. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Riley Dixon now to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10. They'll run with Thompson. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Hey, back up. Tiger. Regular.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. And quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Hey, back up. 12.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Richardson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Smith on 1st down. Dumps it into the flat to Langford. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on there heals a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Right.
Smith throwing again. Buying time to his left. And some space here. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
On 1st down, Smith. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
This is Marshall. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll run with Marshall. Had the nifty footwork, but only able to get it to his own 20. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Watch him now, Barney.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with a football here as we begin quarter number 2. They'll face a 3rd down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
To throw is Kelly. From the gun, he'll throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And taken at the 46. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. On 1st and 10, Smith. Josh Doxson's got it complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Man, it's a tough area in the field to try and run a draw play out of the gun. You know you're going to face a good push up front, and here they swallow him up for no gain.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. Out to the left here to Reed. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Smith finding his big tight end Reed for a Redskins first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Here's Smith. Steps away to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. From the gun, here's Smith. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. DJ Chark, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do?
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Kelly. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Kelly, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Ryan Kerrigan. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking on the midfield logo. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Thompson. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
3 down, 3 down. Check, 93
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On 1st down, it's Smith. And this one complete to Reed. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Smith. Completes it right side to Dodson. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Double, double, double.
Out of the gun, Smith. He rifles one that's intercepted. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And they'll run it here. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. And the tackle there will go to Ryan Anderson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, look at the juke. Finding room at the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Any team that successfully runs a toss play cannot do it with an offensive line that can't move. You've got to have mobile players, especially those tackles, who can move laterally and seal the edge in order for the back to get upfield.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. They're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Kelly to throw. And this one is incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now it's the backup, Hackenberg. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. A second down throw for Hackenberg. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And who's got it? The Giants. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Now here's Johnson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. An update from Buffalo. The Jets have taken the early lead over the Bills. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10. Thompson. Room here to run. Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hold, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Gotta love what they're doing on offense right now.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Eli Apple. And he is all the way up past the 25. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Lucky 56. Gun!
On first down, it's Kelly. Open man right side is Ingram. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Kelly from the gun on third down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Yellow. Tiger. Hey, back up.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Smith. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Back to throw, Smith. Flushed out right. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And who's got it? The Giants.
All I know, partner, is that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime, Minks, had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And it won't be a pick 6, but he will have his guys set up at the 2-yard line. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They run it here with Thompson. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
15.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Chris Thompson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. So here comes Alex Smith as he'll lead his guys up to the line to go for 2.
Go right.
Throwing is Smith. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Marshall now, the return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. New York set to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And on the ground they go with a running back. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last two drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun on third down, Kelly. It's caught, Shepard. And he'll get inside of Washington's 15 before being taken down. It's a big play for the Giants on third down. 56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Jonathan Allen in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
Well, as the play call comes in on third down, you have to think about 4-down territory here. Down a few touchdowns, they need points, and they need big points.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Trying to run it into Marshall. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Kelly. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Kelly stripped. The ball is free. Into the Redskins. Have it they do. And they're not able to convert on fourth down. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense, and they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. He's going to – and got his man complete. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On third down, it's Thompson. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on fourth.
12. Hey, back up. Hey, slot.
They snap it to Smith. And that is incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
Watch him now, Barney.
On 1st and 10, Kelly. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it. And that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
Kelly now on 3rd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 41. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
Now a 1st down throw. Kelly, flush to his right. And he fires one incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Kelly to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Here's Kelly on first down. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's McBride. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Out of the gun, it's Kelly. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. To throw is Kelly, operating from the gun. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Smith. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Right. Let's go. 15. Slot. Hey, back up.
To throw is Smith. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let this one go deep right sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Third and long, it's Smith. Got a man out of the backfield, it's Chris Thompson. And a loose football, and the Giants have it, it's picked up. And hold everything here, this one is not over yet, they return it for the touchdown.
They continue to fight, don't they?
This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This one taken from the 7. And they're going to have lousy starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 6-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, a run with Thompson. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And they'll run it here. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
Settle down, huh?
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the light.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And they'll go on the ground. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Now a handoff looking right, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Washington, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Giants, you start to wonder if it's going to happen this year. The skid has hit 13.
Look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty don't even know where waist at. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I'm writing my eulogy.